When we talk about reshaping child protection, the LNP is determined to actually deliver on the outcomes outlined in the National Framework for Protecting Australia's Children. Unlike Labor, which has only delivered more children in care and too heavy reliance on the tertiary end of the system, we want real outcomes. I'm deeply concerned at the rate of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander children being taken into care, and quite often unnecessarily and without first proper consideration for community input and supports. We need to revitalise frontline services in child protection and get the system back on track. Labor's over-reliance on the tertiary end of the system is not the answer. And while I acknowledge the work of Helping Out Families initiative to reduce demand, it's all a little too late. Our leader Campbell Newman has announced the LNP will reboot the child protection system through its inquiry. This will give the sector opportunity to have a say in how to improve reunification, recognising for some that this may not be possible. But for too long, families have been ignored by the system, and this has led to thousands of children languishing in care. That's why we've set up a 2-year trial called Fostering Families that will provide a targeted intervention strategy that tackles neglect and will mean less children having to be taken into care. We believe that by building resilient families, we can reduce the need for children to be sent to out-of-home care. The LNP supports the work of the Family Inclusion Network and will work to have this valuable network expanded as much as possible across the state. We are determined to ensure all families get the support they need, and that's why as part of our full inquiry, we will address the shortfalls around families of culturally and linguistically diverse backgrounds. Most importantly, we will need to address the needs of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander children and their families, and this can only be done if we set our child protection system on a new path. There are better ways to tackling Indigenous over-representation, and through an open and frank inquiry, that gets everybody a voice at the table.
We've rebuilt the child safety system from the ground up, doubling the staffing numbers and quadrupling the budget since 2004. Labor recognises that child protection system requires a whole of government response, further highlighting the benefits of the department and community's no wrong door approach. To prevent families from entering the child protection system and to curb the increasing number of children entering care, the Bligh Labor government introduced the Helping Out Families initiative, the Early Intervention Prevention Pilot. It is currently being trialled in Logan, Beenleigh and the Gold Coast. This is an important initiative and one we're keen to build on to ensure families get right support at the right time so that children can continue to live safely at their home. We're always adapting to new and emerging issues within the child protection system to ensure that we are meeting the needs of at-risk families. Moreover, we will look at world's best practice, including the system in Canada and the Munro Report. This will further enhanced by the appointment of the Chief Practitioner. We've set out a fair Queensland blueprint and we're committed to fulfilling our requirements under the national framework. We're also keenly monitoring the Family Inclusion Network, partially funded by the Labor government, to improve our responses to families. The LNP has promised $4 million to support 100 families a year through Fostering Families programs. There is no detail on which these programs will be cut to pay for this new service and how it fits into the existing suite of support programs already provided for.